Alright, we are back in the cave. Fraser, last night, we have to announce this, actually passed his driving test, so he is now officially a car driver, and
drove over.
Yeah, so he's going to be driving me places now, which would be pretty sweet. Fair play, dude. The garage hasn't had anything really done since last time. There's been a couple of things arrived, like I now have a assembly mat if I want to take something apart. That'd be really cool, protects my worktop a little bit. We still, as you can see, need to cut some foam for at least 3 drawers, so maybe we'll do that today. We're still waiting for some more tools to arrive. Hopefully they'll arrive in time. The floor tiles for underneath the bikes, which we thought arrived last time but didn't, have arrived, so we have some substantial boxes here. But we've also got a substantial mess which we need to clear up. So we're going to do a few things today, and some of them aren't going to be fun, some of them hopefully will be fun, and at the end of the day this should look a lot neater. And as if by magic, we now have a nice tidy bike area. Tell you what, many hands do make light work.
Ah, nice. Rubber. I thought it'd be like the foam ones you get in.
No, I'm not cutting corners here.
No.
So I ought to let you guys know that I am really bad at maths. I'm pretty sure I've got a dyscalculator or however it's said. I just can't do numbers at all. And these tiles are a lot bigger than I thought, so I may have bought more than I need.
Nah, you'll be fine.
So I bought 15.
What did you?
Thinking it would be 3 this way and 5 that way. I had to buy the end bit separately as well, so hopefully I bought enough of those as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Right, I'm going to make use of my camera rig and get this pointed out so we can both work on this. I have made a rookie error, unless they've sent me the wrong ones, but there's only enough of those to fit this one edge because those are male and these are female, and that is a female edge there. So what we could do, is a bit of a pain in the ass, is flip this around because I want this edge to be butted up against the wall and then have that edge as a sloped one. Nice. Probably is a way to get this super neat, but as long as it's kind of close and straight, I'll be happy. And we're back. Fraser's just been to the shops munching on some squares. Other brands are available, but while he's been away I've just been cutting up some of these tiles and now it fits pretty neatly, although I am frustrated because I could have ordered 2 more tiles and had it right neat up against the edge there. So that's what I've done. In the meantime, I've ordered a couple of tiles and a couple of edges just to make that bit a bit neater. Now I am going to leave this bit down here free because I might have some storage down there, so just going to neatly butt up against the end of the cupboard there. It should look really nice, but that's going to be a few days until delivery. But until then, I'm pretty stoked. I think we should shut this curtain and see how neat it looks. Just hear you munching away in the background.
I'm trying to go in and get a crisp really quietly.
So that's kind of how it's going to look. You can't even see, oh, there's a little bit sneaking through there, but when you open that, get to your bikes, yeah, that's going to look really cool, I think. Yeah, spot on. Really happy with that. Mouthful. So the tiling is done for now, so we're going to move on. There's still plenty to do on the workbench. Fraser seems to enjoy doing the foam cutting, so that's what he's going to do. We've got a drawer here with files and taps. He's going to do that drawer. In the meantime, I'm going to tackle the vise. Now, my first thoughts were I was just going to bolt this directly to the workbench, but to get this kind of where I want it, the bolts line up right at the edge of the desk here, which I don't really like. Now I have got this shelf which actually matches the worktop perfectly, so I'm going to basically bolt the vise to the wood then bolt the wood to the worktop, and that should look pretty cool, and it'll get the vise exactly where I want it to be, pretty much. So that's the plan. I'd absolutely love to have this almost like stealthily bolted in, so you can't actually see any bolts from the top, just bolt it in from the bottom with screws, but I'm not sure if that will be strong enough. I'm not sure if I've got screws big enough, so I may just resort to bolting it all the way through, but we'll see. Cross that bridge when I get to it. One thing I'd love to have with this vise is, so it's overhanging, so I can clamp stuff that goes down past the bench here. If I was to bolt it where it would have to go without this piece of wood, yeah, there's no way I could get anything taller than a few inches to fit in this thing. So by having it further out here, I could, in theory, clamp a fork in here and have a bucket down there and service it. So that would work pretty well. So that's why I'm doing this system. I just need to figure out where to have this and where to cut it. That looks pretty decent to me. By the way, as we're filming this, I'm filming this with my camera rig, and I've got the camera in the place I never would have been able to get it with a tripod. So it's working awesomely. So stoked on it. To fit the vise to this bit of wood, I'm not going to bolt all the way through. I'm actually going to use these screws here, which I hope will be strong enough. This is a relatively small vise. It's for just DIY stuff, light use. I'm not going to be hanging off this thing, so hopefully these will do the job. If not, I will just drill through this and bolt it in. I'll have to countersink it or something, because the idea is I want to be able to bolt any vise to this just using the existing holes. I don't want to have to drill all new holes in this real nice desktop to change vices. So if I just have this bolted to the desk with a few strong bolts, then I can always just change this bit of wood to different bolt patterns to suit different vices. So that's the plan. I think it's my catchphrase for this video series. That's the plan.
Look at that, that is precision.
That is good. Fraser's playing with fire. What is he up to? What are you up to?
Needs to be warmer. Right, so this little tub here has got the tray, has got to sit in that drawer, but if you look at it, there's 3 little bolts that are just been like annoying, so I'm just going to burn little holes in this. Right, nice. So the bolts just sit in those wee holes, and then it'll be perfect. Oh, look at that. This bit of foam will just sit.
That looks so good, dude. Yep. Can you get it back out though?
I don't know.
Easy. Cool.
Yeah, I just need to put all the tools in it. Oh, it's ripping a wee bit.
Well, I'll leave you to it, and I'm gonna get on with bolting this vise in. Ow. Okay, that is bolted in. Fortunately, because I didn't check, the bolts don't protrude, and I haven't screwed it accidentally into the worktop as well, so that's a little bit lucky. Now, obviously this is too long, so I'm going to mark here, cut this length off, and then figure out how to bolt that to the worktop. I need a saw. Be right back.
Hello, Ali and editing.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. These are the bolts I'm going to use, so I'm going to scrap the idea of just bolting it in from underneath because I don't have the right bolts for that. But I also almost don't have the right bolts for this either, because when I ordered these, I was thinking that I was just going to bolt this directly to the worktop, and these are the right thickness just for the worktop, not the worktop plus that. So these are actually a little bit too short. However, I reckon if I drill a hole just big enough for the top of this to be pulled in a little bit, not only will that make it kind of flush with the top of this, which would be nice, it would give me enough room to get some threads on the bottom. So I'm going to attempt that, I do have some more wood if needed, so if it doesn't work, I can just get some different bolts, cut a new piece of wood, and it'll be fine. So I'm going to experiment. Fingers crossed it works. Marked where my holes are going to be. Now I need to absolutely determine where this vise is going to be. And I'm thinking directly in the middle of this cupboard here. I don't want it too close to this edge because the door is just there, and that would make the entrance just a little bit too narrow to get bikes in and out of. I might just catch it with a bike, or even just walking by I might hit it with my hip or something. So having it a little bit further in seems to make sense, and the neatness in me kind of wants to make it symmetrical with this cupboard, so that seems as good a reason as any. What do you reckon?
Aye, good aye.
I'm going to commit, and I think about there. Probably some woodworkers or fabricators out there watching me do this and being like, oh no, but yeah, I do tend to work with bodges quite a lot, but so far I think this is working all right, so I'm going to keep going and fingers crossed the end result is okay.
If it's a bodge and it works, is it a bodge?
It is so close to going through. I'm literally like a millimetre away from being able to get one of these nuts on the bottom. If these were countersunk, it would work. I just don't know how to countersink these because I don't have a drill bit big enough. So the thoughts going through my head at the minute are just to smash them with a hammer or get a drill bit and wiggle it around a bit. So I'm going to get my thinking cap on and see if I can get this to work. If not, I'm just going to have to buy some more bolts, which means I can't fit this today. It's a bit annoying. Bit of a risky strategy, but I have this milling bit which I'm tempted to try and mill out a bit of a shape here with a hand drill. This is in complete bodge territory now, but like I said, I do have some more wood. If it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world, so I'm going to give it a try. If it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Fraser's finished the drawer. Let's take a look.
Right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
That is lovely, that is. But you're well chuffed, eh?
Yeah, that went quite well. I wasn't sure about this little bit. This is a bit squint, but...
Right, no, redo it.
We do it.
Redo it. We can't have squint. Yeah. No, fair play, dude. That looks amazing. Yeah. No, that is really, really cool. Oh, look at that.
So how many drawers are in that one? That one. Oh. Using one of them. That one.
Using a screwdriver over here. And then not done.
That's still figuring
and then
out.
Done.
Done. Yeah, was this me that did this one, wasn't it? Yeah. Done. Kinda.
So basically we've got a couple on here which haven't been done. We've got my disc brake drawer, which I'm waiting on a couple of things to come, then we can do that one, and then my suspension tuning drawer, which I haven't quite figured out what to do. Currently I've got these stacked on top of each other, which I'm not hating, but again it's quite nice just to have everything on display, but that does save some space, and if I'm working on my suspension I can just bring these out onto the workbench. So yeah, I'm not hating that idea, but not finalized yet. Right, I'm going to get back on with my bodging and see if I can get this to work. Again, everyone's at home thinking, what on earth is Ali up to?
That's work though, isn't it?
that's working pretty well. Well, all you naysayers, that is one in and it works. That is solid and it's flush. I don't know why I wanted it flush, but I think it just looks really nice flush. So here's hoping I can do the other 3 without messing this up, because I'm actually really happy with that. Right, that probably annoyed a lot of the neighbours because I made a lot of noise then with my big persuader, but that is in and it is solid, not going anywhere. That is bolted completely through here, through the metal cabinet, and yeah, I've got the bolts fairly flush, so I'm actually really happy with that. I didn't need to go out and buy some more bolts. The only thing I'm going to do now is just get a sander over that. I wonder if I've got any sealant, but it doesn't really matter. Just try and get this just looking as best it can. So there we go, that's how it's looking before I put the vise on it. I'm actually so stoked with how these bolts are looking. Taking the sander to the top of them kind of makes them look like they're just riveted in now rather than bolts. They're kind of nicely hidden. I think that looks really cool. Do you reckon?
Aye, it looks really good actually. It's a smart idea.
Thanks. I just wanted my ego to be stroked a little bit there.
That's heavy, isn't it?
Bolt that on and then we're done. Let Fraser finish it off. Excellent.
Can you hang on it? I think it's that down.
There we go, let's go. Yeah. For my use, that is solid enough. It's one thing I want to be able to do, which hopefully I can still do. There we go. So as it is, I can now clamp stuff and hang below the bench. Obviously it depends how thick it is, because with it being this back piece that goes back, it does limit how fat the item is. But yeah, I can at least bolt or clamp forks, bars, anything a bit taller and hang them down below. So that's cool. Fraser wants to add a bit of a final touch to this. I'm not sure how well it will stick to wood, but Unior supplied quite a few stickers as well.
Made for work. It's a cool like rainbow effect as well.
A bit like last time, still waiting on the postman to come with a few extra tools so we can finish some of this foam stuff. But until then, I might just have a quick tidy up, and then I might see about adding a cable to the top of my thing, because this did arrive in the post. So yeah, it'd be cool to see if this can reach all around the garage.
It's like when you go on holiday and they put a snake around you.
Where have you been going on holiday? Next up, we're going to drag out this workstation, which is going to be pretty heavy now. It's full of tools, so fortunately I've got some helping hands. I don't know what he's up to below the camera there. And then I'm going to get my extension lead, route that through the back, and then I can plug in my sockets here and get that up and running. So that'd be pretty sweet.
Oh shit.
Fraser, if you wouldn't mind plugging this in.
Oh yeah.
We have power. It works. So I kind of fancy fitting the blue roll holder while this is out, because I need to bolt this in, but I also need to determine where this is going to go. So everything on here at the minute is kind of just temporarily put up. This needs to be in a place that's not going to take up too much space. I'm thinking somewhere like that.
Yeah, I think right up in the corner, because you don't need to get anything on top. You can even do.
Well, it makes a nice little shelf. You right back there?
Aye.
Give it. Oh, that's fine. That's sorted.
Can you hang on it though, that's the question.
Right, there we go. Blue roll holder. Excellent. You're taller than me. You go for it.
Oh, I just can't quite reach.
Right, somehow we need to think of a way to attach that to the top of there. Probably just a zip tie or something.
I don't really know what you could zip tie it to though.
Just drill 2 holes. Yeah, hopefully the cable won't snag on everything and also reach every part of the garage.
I understand.
The thing I'm worried about is whether this thing acts like a spring, so if I take this down this end, I don't want it to drag the camera back up. Excellent. I'm a bit worried that this might end up dangling down into shot, so what I might do is just get some kind of hook up there to keep it out, but we'll cross that bridge another time. Likewise, I think when I take it all the way down that end, this will sag quite a lot. Well, to be fair, if the camera's all the way down here, I'm filming that way and it's not going to be in shot, so that actually might work alright. Then I'd need to wire this up. I'm not going to do that until I kind of like finalised what camera I'm going to use on here. I think I probably will use my Canon, and then the idea is I can hardwire battery, I'm not sure what it's called, like a through battery thing, and basically have my Canon camera always with battery. So that's one thing that's really annoying when I'm building bikes. I might be into a tricky position or doing something, I've got really greasy hands, the battery runs out, then I have to change it. It's a pain in the ass, whereas if I can have it wired in, I don't ever have to worry about changing battery. That'd be pretty sweet. So I'll do that another time, because I don't actually know what I need to buy for that yet. But yeah, that should be pretty cool. Get this wired up, get this up there, everything's neat. So yeah, really happy with that. Okay, it's been a few days, it's pretty messy in here, and now that people know that I've got a garage which is almost finished, people have been dropping off their bikes for me to fix. So I'm definitely going to be keeping myself busy, but one thing I've been keeping myself busy with these last few days is my camera rig, and this thing is now finished. Well, pretty much finished. I may find some future nibbles to do on this, but for now, this thing is completely done. It is wired in, it goes completely everywhere in the garage, and I've also wired in the light, which, is it switched on? No. So the light now, I don't have to worry about batteries for that. I don't always have to go and plug that in. All the cables are nicely routed up through the hole so they don't get tangled in anything. Brilliant. But the thing I'm most excited about is I have a pass-through battery for the Canon. So now this thing never runs out of batteries. I can have this going for as long as I want. I don't have to rush into the house to get new batteries, which I used to have to do all the time. And yeah, if I just want to come and film, I don't have to worry about, do I have the batteries for it? So I am so stoked on this. Can have this wherever I want. Filming in this will make such a big difference. I hope this light will be bright enough. If not, I don't know, I may find something a little bit brighter, but for the meantime, I'm really happy with this. So I can't wait to build some bikes. Alright, there's still more to do in here. I won't show you the worktop just yet because I've done a couple of, yeah, don't you dare. I've done a couple of little things on that, but this is a long video already and there's still more work to do. So I'm gonna potentially finish the worktop and then show you in my next update. So I hope you've been enjoying this. Huge thanks to Fraser behind the camera for helping once again. And yeah, keep an eye out for, what that'd be, number 7 or 8? I've lost count now, but yeah, future update coming. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.